You are in for a treat. These simple chocolate. Try that again. You are in for a treat. These simple, delicious chocolate drop cookies are soft, cake-like, moist, and they're good for any occasion, any day, anytime. They're so easy to make, and they're finished with a swirl of smooth, decadent chocolate buttercream frosting. If you love chocolate, you're going to love these cookies. Print out that recipe. It's in the description below. It's a clickable link, and I also have links for the tools that I love and use. Let's get busy. Preheat your oven to 375 or 190 Celsius, and we're going to combine our dry ingredients. You need 3 cups of all-purpose flour, 375 grams. Now we'll add our leaveners. 1 teaspoon of baking soda, 5 grams. A half teaspoon of baking powder, 2 grams. And a half teaspoon of salt. This is kosher diamond crystal. That's 3 grams. Give this a good whisk. Next, we'll combine our wet ingredients. This is 1 1/4 cups of sour cream, or 300 grams. And we're adding into it 1/4 cup of whole milk. That's 60 milliliters. Just pour that right in. If you have a large measuring cup, this is the best way to do it because we're pouring out of this. Once you get them combined, just put it aside, whisk them until they're nice and smooth. These are both at room temperature. Next, in a large bowl or the bowl of a stand mixer fitted with a paddle attachment, combine or cream 1 cup of butter. That's 226 grams. This is at room temperature. I'm going to mix it until I see that it's creamed, 2 to 3 minutes maybe, just on low speed. We'll do that before we add the rest of our ingredients in. Next, we'll add sugar, 1 1/2 cups or 300 grams. Pour this directly into your butter. And now the star of the show, cocoa powder. We'll put it directly into our bowl with the butter. I'm putting it in here because I want this cocoa powder to bloom and to dissolve. It needs to be either in fat or water to bloom it. Otherwise, it's a very thirsty ingredient and it can actually make your cookie dry. A lot of recipes have you mixing it in with the dry ingredients. When you put that in at the end, it will make your cookie dry. So we're going to pour this directly in. Now it's time to mix it. Start this out on the lowest speed that you have. On my KitchenAid, I'm doing stir so that it doesn't fly all over the place. Once you see that it's starting to get smooth and combine a little, you can turn the speed up to low. Just let it mix for 2 to 3 minutes until it's nice and smooth. While this is mixing, I just want to share with you, I'm using Valrhona cocoa powder. This is a rich, intense, deep flavor. It's a little better quality than supermarket cocoa if you're just using Hershey's or something like that. One of the reasons I chose this is because it has a higher fat content. This has around 20 to 25% fat, and supermarket cocos have 10 to 12%. This again lends itself to a more moist final bake as opposed to a drier one. So if you have the opportunity, this is a great cocoa powder to pick up. This has combined, and now it's time to add eggs. These are at room temperature, 2 large eggs. Add them one at a time and mix it until it is completely combined before you add the next one. I have both eggs in. Now we're adding 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. That's 10 milliliters. Next, I'm going to scrape the bowl down, and then I'm going to turn the speed on medium high, and I'm going to beat it for 2 to 3 minutes until it's fluffy and pale in color. The cocoa is hydrated. We've incorporated some air into the batter. That'll give our cookies a little bit of a lift and rise. And now it's time to combine our dry and our wet ingredients that we prepared earlier. Turn your mixer to low speed. Add 1/3 of your dry ingredients in. Half of the wet ingredients. Add another 1/3. The key is to not over mix this because that will make the cookies dough tough and rubbery. So I'm trying to move quickly. I'm going to just shut this off so it's not continually mixing, and I'm going to add the rest of the wet in. To avoid over mixing, I do like to do the very last portion of the mixing of the dry ingredients by hand. Once you have all of your dry ingredients combined, you see no more signs of flour, it's time to bake. I have a number 30 cookie scoop. If you're using spoons, that's great. This is about 2 tablespoons, and if you do this, it just makes them a little more even. You can kind of control the size of each cookie. This recipe makes about 3.5 dozen cookies. They are ready for the oven. We'll bake these for 8 to 10 minutes. Look for the outside edges to start to look dull. You can tell they're setting. And the center should just be slightly undone. They will continue to bake on the hot pan once you pull them out. If you let them in there longer, if you touch the center and it springs back, they're a little too done. We don't want them to be dry and tough, so 8 to 10 minutes, and when you see the outside edges are looking set and done, pull them on out. I'm just checking to see how they're doing. So the edges are set and the center is a little soft still. They're perfect to take out of the oven. Now it's time to make some more. The cookies are all baked. They're cool. This made exactly 3.5 dozen. And I want to show you how soft and amazing these turned out. Look at this. They're just pillow-like soft. I'm going to break one open just to show you how soft. Look at that. They are cake-like. They're just so moist. These are so soft and amazing. You can finish these with any kind of frosting that you would like. You could do plain buttercream, you could do peanut butter, you can even do mint if you like. I chose to make a chocolate buttercream frosting. I'll put a link here on the screen. The recipe will be in the description below. I'm going to go ahead and frost one. So it's time for me to give this a taste. I volunteer. Someone needs to do it. This is a chocolate lover's dream. Oh my goodness. So good. This cookie is so tender. The icing is delicious. I really hope that you give these cookies a try. They are so amazing. And if you love cookies like I do, you should check out my cookie playlist. I have lots and lots of fun recipes in there. And oh, by the way, don't forget to check out the recipe for this amazing frosting. The recipe is below in the description.